I am so exhausted. Vesper stayed up. She went to bed and then she woke up, and literally from like 1:30 to 5 in the morning kept waking up like so often, so often. I mean, I lost count of how many times we were up, but she was like crying and screaming, and it was really hard to soothe her because nothing was working. I always like go through the steps, you know, like change their diaper, nurse her. I even tried putting some of like her favorite lullabies on, like Apple Music really low, like to like help soothe her, because sometimes that works, and nothing was working. And I don't know if it's teething. I got like teething drops and I gave them to her, but she was just on one last night. I mean, we don't co-sleep. She has a mini crib in our room, and I was so desperate. I was like literally even just trying to let her sleep in our bed, and that didn't work. She did sleep with us because eventually she fell asleep in bed, but I'm so tired. I'm literally just about to eat my breakfast that I made on the living room floor because that's just how I'm feeling today, and I'm just sitting here with Vesper. Just threw your peach on the floor. That morning hair though. Is it good? That's not the way you eat it, silly. The peach is in here. Look. Okay. Try this. Yummy, right? Anyway, I just want to say being a parent is so hard. Like, having a baby is the best thing that ever happened to me. I love being a mom, and I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like my life has obviously improved so much since I had her because she's my favorite thing in the world. And but I've also felt like I've never ever been so like stretched so thin in my life, or like pushed to my limits, because it's hard having a baby. It's hard being a mom. Like, when you have multiple nights in a row where you're sleep deprived, you and your partner are both sleep deprived, like, it's just a challenge. It's really a test. Like, one thing I wish people told me about in postpartum, or like when you bring a baby home, if it's your first, and I'm sure this happens with every child, but the strain it can put on your relationship with your partner. Last night, John Michael and I didn't argue. We were all good, but the night before, it was like, you know, you're not gonna get frustrated at your baby because they're a baby, but you do have like sleep deprivation and just frustration build up inside you. So like, who else are you gonna take it out on besides your partner? And it's quick to be like, oh, like, do this, or why didn't you do that? Like, it's just hard on a relationship in the beginning, and I just want people to like be aware of that, like, because I feel like people don't really talk about it. But that first year, I'm not even through it, but I've heard it's the whole first year, but it really is a challenge, like, on your relationship. I'm grateful that I have John Michael, and we're a great team, and he's an amazing father and partner. But there's definitely times that like I find myself like what they call like maternal gatekeeping, you know, that like jumping in. For example, like, she doesn't like to be swaddled like that, or like, that's not how you wash her hair. And it's like, if you are having trouble with that, you okay? It's delicious. It's delish. She's like sitting over here acting like she was choking, but she's not. She just wanted my attention. I turned and she was like, anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, like, if you find yourself like having trouble with maternal gatekeeping and stuff, just know that you're not alone, and like, remember what works for you and your child might not work for you and your partner. For example, if John Michael holds Vesper like this with her like legs down and her face down, he calls it like the I think the skydive, because it kind of looks like they're skydiving. Anyway, that she loves when he does that. If I do that, she doesn't like it and she cries. And like that's just an example, but like just remembering that what works for you might not work for your partner, and vice versa. If you find yourself really struggling with maternal gatekeeping, go for a walk, go to the gym, go read a book, go do something for you by yourself and give your partner time with the baby so that you're out of the picture. Because I had to start doing that because I just found myself like, I love my daughter and obviously I know he loves her too, but the maternal gatekeeping in me just like was like, no, and I obviously don't want it to be like that. I want my husband to know that I trust him, and I trust him with our daughter. Obviously he's her father. And I feel like I've gotten way off topic since I was talking about her not sleeping, but I just feel like these are all things no one really tells you about when you're pregnant. And I just feel like it's important to know that it's okay if you and your partner are struggling in your relationship during the time of bringing your baby home, because it's normal and you're not alone. It's just all about communication and working through it together as a team, and I feel like that's what's really the make it or break it. But yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna eat breakfast. Boing. Hi. Baby. It's been a pretty chill day. The air quality is pretty bad right now, so we've just been inside. I had a lot of work to get done this morning, and I had a work call, so that was like 4 hours total of my morning. And she actually napped a really long nap. Time flew by while I was working, and I didn't even realize she had been asleep for 3.5 hours. So I actually woke her up because I try and cap her naps at 2 hours, because they say that that is like important for babies who struggle with sleeping in the night, and she's been having terrible nights like I told you guys. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I was like, I have to wake her up. So I woke her up, and then I quickly just washed my body, and I've been cleaning. She's getting antsy. Do you want to say hi to the camera? Yeah, you're the cutest. I love you. Anyway, so yeah, I was just cleaning. We're doing laundry and playing and cuddling, and yeah, cuddling, as you can tell, she's loving it. Okay. Well, you're pulling my hair. Okay, we're gonna lay on the floor and roll around. I'm gonna attempt to talk without waking up Vesper because she's napping in the back. And I just got to the library. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and I don't want my voice to wake her, but I had a doctor's appointment this morning with my OB. It was just like a normal checkup. Had to get a PAP, which was no fun when you have a fussy 7-month-old. Well, they're never fun, but especially when you have a fussy baby who's ready for a nap. I literally had to like drive around to get her to fall asleep because we're meeting my friend here at the library, and she's bringing her daughter, and we're gonna just like, well, if Vesper wakes up, if not, we'll just chit chat and her daughter can play, but we were gonna let the girls play. I just stopped at Cane's because I was really hungry. I didn't vlog this morning because I swear I do this all the time. Like, I'm like, I have so much time and I'm doing great, and then I really am moving slow. And I was like taking my time making breakfast and drinking coffee, and
like working, getting work done, replying to emails, doing what I have to do. And then I looked at the time and I was like, I have less than an hour and I still need a shower. I knew I wasn't gonna have time to wash my hair, so it's in this like slicked back bun or ponytail. But yeah, so I just I ended up rushing. Like, I was rushing, so I keep getting distracted because I'm in a parking garage. Excuse me. I keep getting distracted because I'm in a parking garage, and like, I don't know, parking garages are a little sketch sometimes. I'm just parked with the door locked because my friend and I weren't gonna meet for like another 15-20 minutes, so I figured I'd come park and eat. And I tried to park at the Cane's parking lot because it's like a lit up parking lot. It just feels safer. But Vesper kept waking up and would not stop unless I was like driving. Like, she would stay asleep if I was driving, and so I had no choice but to drive to the library. And it kind of works out that it's a little dark in here because she's like asleep in the back seat, so it's like she's used to her blackout curtains. But I don't really like sitting in a parking garage because, I mean, they can just be kind of scary, you know, being in a parking garage. But I'm gonna eat, just hang out, get some chicken. Oh, she's moving. Good morning, guys. We are going to go out to breakfast. I think we're gonna go try this new restaurant called Poppy and Olive, I think is what it's called. But we're just gonna go out to eat. I see John Michael, he's staring at me. I did Vesper's hair for the first time today, guys, and I have to show it to you because she looks so freaking cute. But yeah, we're actually kind of color coordinating today. There's beiges and Vesper's wearing like pink. But anyway, off to breakfast we go. Hi. Oh, my love. Vesper. Say hi. Cheese. Vesper. Family walk. We're walking around. I didn't wear a bra. Them biddies are sweating. I need to put a bra on next time. But we decided to come on a walk after breakfast and check out a new park. Today's just a day of new adventures. The restaurant we ate at was called, what is it called? I don't know what it was called, but it was really good. I thought it was Poppy and Olive, but it's not. There are people staring at me, but I'm trying to act like I don't.
It's the same thing. It said Poppy and Olive is the same thing.
Yeah, anyway, just Google Poppy and Olive if you're ever in Lexington, but it's really good. Yeah, I know. But yeah, super good. I got a burger and John Michael got avocado toast. And now we're just walking back to the car after a long walk. Vesper napped for a little while, and yeah, happy Sunday. Guys, this is like so random, but I'm going to the grocery store. I'm gonna attempt to make tomato soup. One, I've never even had tomato soup, and two, obviously I've never tried to make it because I've never had tomato soup. But John Michael, who doesn't like tomatoes, wants tomato soup and grilled cheese, so I'm gonna attempt to make it. I will vlog and see how it comes out. And I know I never shared the zucchini bread recipe. It actually came out really good, but I'm gonna ask my grandma if I can share it because it's really her family recipe and I don't want to be that one who outs her. But I will share this tomato soup recipe and let you know how it comes out. But the funny thing that I was brought out the camera to vlog for is I'm going to the grocery store by myself. And if you're a mom, I don't know, like, this might sound sad, but I'm so excited that I'm going by myself. Like, I don't know,
it's just a lot more fun sometimes. Like your independent time on your mom, you appreciate it a lot more. But yeah, let's go to the store. Okay guys, I am going to make the tomato soup. First, you're gonna preheat your oven to 375. And then you're gonna take about 1.5 pounds. This came out to like 1.6 or something, but anyway. 1.5 pounds, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 Roma tomatoes. I'm gonna wash these and then I'm gonna cut them in half and drizzle them with some olive oil and season them, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay guys, I cut my tomato halves and I'm just gonna drizzle them with some olive oil. I think that's probably good, right?
Now it is.
Okay. Then you're gonna sprinkle it with salt. Don't be shy. And then pepper. You're gonna wanna make sure you have enough pepper because I don't know how this is gonna come out. I don't know if that much, but just pepper, salt, and olive oil. And then you're going to put them in the oven at 375 for 40 to 45 minutes. And I'll let you know when they're done. I just sauteed some chopped yellow onion, sweet onion, for 5 minutes. And then I just added some minced thyme. It was fresh. And you just want to let that saute together for another 5 minutes. And I am making a mess over here, but I'm currently getting 2 cups of fresh basil, and I'm going to roughly chop it. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm going to put a can of crushed tomatoes. You want it to be a 28-ounce can. Excuse my dirty stove, but I'm making a mess over here, so. Are you really cooking something good if you're not making a ginormous mess in your kitchen? Next, I'm adding about roughly 2 cups of chopped fresh basil. Okay, you're gonna add 1 tablespoon of sugar and just mix that up. By the way, guys, I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm doing all of this while my tomatoes and garlic are roasting in the oven. So make sure you do this while it's roasting. I also just seasoned this with salt and pepper, and I'm just letting it simmer and mixing it. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that I added salt and pepper because I'm trying to not leave out any steps. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna probably set up my tripod next time and actually film a cooking video. I've never cooked this myself, so it's just more of a fun, like, let's see how this turns out kind of thing. I also put on my apron because you're dealing with tomatoes and they stain, so take care of your clothes. Vesper woke up and they took her little hair bands out. And look at, she looks like the mayor of Whoville. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. She's like, don't say that about me. I probably won't do her hair very often just because I feel like it's not very comfortable for a baby to have their hair up. And also, yeah, she's telling me, yeah, don't do my hair ever again. But anyway, the soup is almost done. I'm about to get the roasted tomatoes and the garlic out of the oven, just in case my hands are a little full, because the baby... Huh?
Did you record at the store?
No.
Getting the groceries?
I forgot.
Oh, okay.
But I recorded in the car that I was excited to go to the grocery store by myself. Anyway.
You got so excited you forgot to record.
I know. And I was trying to find Olipop root beer, and they didn't have any, which made me sad. And I almost got a regular root beer, like a classic, like in the glass bottle kind of root beer. And it was literally 158% of the daily value of sugar, like how much sugar was added to it. I think it was like 60-something grams of sugar. I was like, well, I'm gonna not do that. The roasted tomatoes have 55 seconds left in case I don't get to vlog the next step because this little one is being a little clingy. I'm just gonna add chicken broth and the roasted tomato and garlic to the pot and stir it and saute it all for a little bit longer. And then I'm gonna mix all of it into a blender and then blend it. I will try and record it, but just in case little Miss Vesper Sloan here doesn't want me to. Oh, are you okay? You don't like the camera? Okay guys, I blended it all up in the blender. I just used my Ninja blender. And then I added 2/3 cups of heavy whipping cream and it tastes amazing. Look at that. Nice, 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 nice. Gonna make some grilled cheese sandwiches now while this simmers and then gonna serve. Okay guys, tomato soup and grilled cheese. Look at that, so good. Hey guys, so I just finished editing this second vlog, but I wanted to come on here really quick to first off thank everyone for their support for my last video. I got so much positive feedback and honestly more likes and comments and views than I thought I would. Thank you to all of my friends and family for all of your kind and supportive words. It really means so much to me. I also wanted to apologize that I said in the description of that last video that I was going to post weekly, but it's honestly kind of hard to post weekly. I work from home and I still have Vesper and I had family in town, so I just didn't really have a lot of time to edit it and go through all the footage I had. So I had kind of started editing it and then some time passed before I started vlogging again, which is why I just did like a few days in my life because they weren't really consecutive days, just some random but fun days that I had. I also wanted to just mention, as I was rewatching my video and my vlog, you really start to notice things about yourself because you're literally staring at yourself recording. But you may have seen in my last video and you will see it again in this video. Like sometimes I have these like tics or things, like motions I make with my face. I don't really know how to explain it. John Michael and I have just self-diagnosed me with Tourette syndrome, but I've never gone to a doctor, so I actually don't know if I have that. But since I was a little girl, I've had these tics that I do with my face. It started with like me blinking really bad, like really fast, and then if you've seen in my videos before, sometimes I go like and I think I just did it. I just felt it. Anyway, they're kind of uncontrollable and I don't really know that I'm doing them until someone mentions them to me, but they get kind of worse sometimes if I have like anxiety or if I'm nervous or stressed, or sometimes they're just there for no reason. I just wanted to point that out if anyone is wondering why I'm doing that with my face. I don't know that I'm doing it and I don't intend to do it. I try and control them, so I actually do ask like John Michael, and like growing up I would ask my parents like, can you tell me if I'm doing it, because I really don't know what it is. I've read that it could be like a tic syndrome, Tourette syndrome, I don't know, but that's why I am doing that stuff with my face if you're wondering. And honestly, I was on the phone with my little sisters and I was like, I don't know if I want to post some of the footage from the vlog, like it's kind of embarrassing looking back at it, and they were great and supportive and were like, you know what, just do it, like go for it. But I just felt like I wanted to film. I just wanted to talk about it. I don't know, like you might not care at all and you might have not even noticed now until I pointed it out, but it's something that I notice. And like I said, when you are rewatching yourself, because you don't normally record yourself on a day-to-day basis unless you're vlogging, and like so you don't always get to see how you are or like the things that you're doing until you're rewatching it. And I was like, wow, that day we went out to brunch and we were walking, I was like, wow, it was really bad that day and I didn't even realize. So just wanted to randomly hop on and kind of rant about this random stuff. Thank everyone for their support. Kind of apologize for the delay. Like I said, I'm gonna try and post weekly, but I don't want to necessarily commit to saying I'm gonna post weekly or like new video every Friday or anything like that, because I really don't know how often I can get it out. But I am having fun editing and learning, and I again thank you all for your support. And I just wanted to come on here and say I possibly have Tourette syndrome, or I don't. Who knows? If you're a doctor and you're watching this, let me know your thoughts. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully there'll be another video out next week.
but who knows. See you next time.